Welcome to the Best Celebrity channel. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content from us. Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to Celeb Fame Time. Here are the Office 10 underrated moments that aren't talked about enough. Number 10, Dwight's perfect crime. While Dwight often presents himself as a very serious and professional person, he also has a fantastic imagination. He thinks the world's like a movie or comic book without realizing how implausible his ideas are. When describing what he thinks of as the perfect crime, Dwight starts the heist of a priceless chandelier that quickly spirals out of control. It involves him getting caught by a beautiful woman and seducing her before escaping to Canada. However, he later finds out he has a son who is now chief of police and appears to have every detail sorted out and planned to perfection.
I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier.
Number 9, Ray Romano's cameo. On the season 7 finale, the office workers begin searching for a new boss, and the hiring process includes cameos from a number of stars. While this includes big names like Jim Carrey and the first appearance of Robert California, Ray Romano's part is hilarious. He plays a very nervous and insecure man interviewing for the job and quickly lets Robert California get in his head, and the interview goes terribly wrong, with him deciding to eat his lunch during it.
Whatever you need. I'm right on the other side of this wall. Used to be a window here. There's not anymore. So that's where I will be.
Number 8, Kevin's cookie analogy. When Robert California takes over as the CEO of the new company, he understandably takes some time getting to know the various people in the office. For instance, he's not yet aware that Kevin isn't the brightest guy around, which leads to a hilarious misunderstanding. When Kevin brings up a complaint about cookies in the vending machine, Robert sees it as a brilliant analogy. However, when he encourages Kevin to share more ideas, they're also food related. The look on Robert's face as he realizes is priceless, followed by his reaction, "It was actually just cookies the whole time."
Thank you. That is an amusing link. I'd like it sent to me, please. Yeah.
Number 7, Creed introduced himself. Creed's one of the most underrated characters on the show, and though he's not featured heavily in major storylines, his wild asides are hilarious and hint at a very interesting backstory. He's also very aloof, apparently not knowing the people he's worked with for years. In the 3rd season of the show, Creed is in the break room with Angela and Meredith. Not surprisingly, Angela is offended by something and leaves in a huff. Creed sits down across from Meredith and explains that Andrea is the office's, you know the word, you'll get used to her. He then introduces himself to a confused Meredith and proceeds to eat Angela's lunch.
You in?
Yes.
Cool. Let's keep that on the QT, okay? I want you.
Number 6, Michael's big meeting. Despite all of his flaws, it's sometimes nice to see Michael get the occasional victory. After being called to corporate headquarters to meet with David Wallace, Michael assumes that he's in some sort of trouble. However, upon arriving, David explains that Michael's branch is the only one that's actually improving and he wants to know how he does it. Michael's fear quickly turns to pride and excitement, so much so that he simply rambles incoherently. It's a rare moment of recognition for Michael that feels earned.
Now it is done.
So,
I heard
if you
a
have
very, very funny joke the other day. You want to hear it?
Christian, you
Number 5, Michael tells Jim a secret. Michael has had a number of awkward relationships throughout the series, but his choice to date Pam's mom was particularly uncomfortable. However, what makes the whole thing funnier is when he tells Jim about his new romance. Michael doesn't understand why it would be an issue. At first, Jim thinks it's a joke, but his mood changes when Michael correctly guessing the car Pam's mom drives. Jim gets interestingly worked up as Michael is nonchalant about it all. And when Toby walks by and asks Jim how the honeymoon was, Jim hilariously exposes at him.
Get out of it. But I gotta give him.
Number 4, practice sales call. Even when his job is on the line, Jim will never miss an opportunity to mess with Dwight. After Jim and Dwight get poor customer reviews, Michael arranges for them to do a mock sales call with Dwight attempting to sell to Jim. Of course, Jim immediately tries to throw Dwight off by choosing the name Bill Buttlicker and getting very offended at Dwight's reaction to it. He continues to frustrate Dwight before Michael takes over and gets swept up in the fake sales call. When Buttlicker offers him $1 million sale if he fires Dwight, Michael seriously considers.
Been lower.
Son, you have to talk louder.
Never been lower.
Louder, son!
Buttlicker! Our prices have
Number 3, Michael and Jim share a moment. As it turns out, Jim has a history of being a poor birthday planner, and when Michael's out for the day, Jim decides to combine the monthly birthdays into one party. This proves to be a simple mistake, as everyone just fights over what they want for their party, and when Michael returns, he tells Jim he made the same mistake before and that Jim will learn in time. It's a nice moment of Michael seeing Jim as someone who will eventually replace him. It also includes Jim dropping a "that's what she said" joke, much to Michael's delight.
I can tell you what a great boss you turned out to be.
Number 2, Jim frames Dwight. Every fan of The Office is aware of Jim's classic pranks on Dwight, and there's so many memorable ones to look back on. But this one seems to be forgotten as it's one of the rare ones that takes place outside of The Office. While on a business trip to Florida, Dwight comes to Jim's room early to wake him up, only to find it in a total mess with blood and a briefcase of money. Dwight naturally assumes Jim got mixed up with some of the bad people, then he sees a message written on the wall saying it was Dwight.
Hey, wake up. Let's have some fun. We're in Florida now.
Hey, you. I'm so glad this is happening. I actually came to your door twice.
Number 1, Jim and Dwight plan a party. Obviously, the antagonistic relationship between Jim and Dwight is one of the funniest aspects of the series. But as entertaining as it is to see them battle with each other, sometimes it's even funnier when they're forced to team up. After the planning committee is dissolved, Jim and Dwight are put in charge and prove to be terrible at it. After missing Kelly's birthday, they attempt to throw together an impromptu party while Jim questions Dwight's choice like brown and gray balloons, as well as a sign that reads, "It is your birthday."
You see it. Why is there a chiclet on my cake?
That's the best.
But this brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen, because I'm sure you'll love them. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.